Hello, Beetle Blocks fans. I've got another design made with code to share with you today. This time I'm going to share with you how I made this spider web design, either a pendant or an earring. And it's got spokes and it's got some um, crossbars here. So let's get started. I've set up the code in the way I like. I like to start off with the when the flag is clicked, followed by the reset. And then I've got this repeat 5 times. I'm going to draw 5 spokes with the cuboid. I want them about 20 millimeters long, 1.5 millimeters in the width, and 2 millimeters high. And these will be the spokes of my spider web. After it draws one spoke, it rotates 72 degrees and then it repeats it 5 times, and that should take it in a complete circle. I did a little calculation here. 360 degrees in a circle divided by 5 gives me 72. So let's see if that works. Okay, so when I look at this code, it looks like I have 10 spokes arranged in a circle. So it was doing the rotating fine, but I've got 10 spokes instead of 5. This isn't what I expected. But I have to remember that the beetle is drawing the cuboid from the center of the cuboid, and the beetle is at the origin here. So it's basically drawing the cuboids and then rotating them in place. So that's the center. So what I really want is the beetle to draw the cuboid from the edge out so that I have only 5 spokes. So to do that, I'm going to have to move the beetle out half the distance, and then it should draw that cuboid from the center and out 20 millimeters. Okay, so if I move the beetle out half the distance, half of 20 is 10. But then I have to move it back. So I could move it out and then move it back. Another way to do that without adding that extra code is to use this push position, pop position set of codes. Okay, this push position code says, remember where the beetle is now, and then I can go off and I can have it do things until I hit pop position, and then it'll pop it back where it remembered it when I said push. So here's keeping in mind where my beetle is and the direction it's facing, and then it's doing the movements and drawing it, and then it's popping it right back to that position. So this should be able to do it. It comes handy a lot when you go off and do all sorts of things, but then you want to go back to where you were and repeat that. So let's see if that should work now. So I'm going to click the green flag. 5 spokes radiating out from the center. That's exactly what I was expecting. Okay, so I'm not sure how many spokes I want. 5 doesn't look like quite enough. So I'm going to add a variable called arm into this code so that I can play with the number of arms or spokes that I have. Let's set it with 5. And the places that I use to tell it how many arms is in the repeat. So I want to repeat the arm number of times. And the only other calculation in here that's based on the number of arms is how much to rotate it. So if I had more arms, I would rotate it less. And if I had less arms, I'd probably rotate it more. In fact, it's based on this operator code right here. So how many arms do I want in my 360 degrees? So I'm going to go ahead and put that in my rotate block down here. And depending on what I set my arms to, it's going to divide it by 360. So 360 divided by the number of arms. And so those are the only 2 places that are affected by the number of arms. So if I click on this, great. Okay, so I made the variable. Now if I change the variable, what I've set the variable to, like maybe 7, the code does all the calculations, and now I've got 7. And I only have to change that one block. I don't have to remember all the places in my code that was dependent on what I was coding. Okay, so that's good coding practices. Save you some debugging time. 7 looks good. Let's see what else. 9. 9 might be all right. It looks a little busy. 11 is definitely too many. So let's go back to 7. 7 is what I wanted. Great. Okay, now I'm going to add the crossbars. And the crossbars are going to come out here, and they're going to go across and across and across and across all the way around. So I can use the same code with just a few modifications. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this with the right click right here at the repeat arm. And I'm going to duplicate it, and now I've got that same code. And what I need to change is the cuboid. So instead of the cuboid being long this way, I think the width needs to be long. In fact, that's my rotate. I could, with my move block, I could move it out there, rotate the beetle 90 degrees on the Z, draw the cuboid, and then push back to the center. That would be the same, but I could also just flip the length and the width. So if I move it out 10 though, it's going to be a right triangle, so I don't think I need to go quite 20 millimeters. I think 10 would be enough. Now the other thing is I want the crossbar to be drawn in between the two blades of the spokes, not right on top of it. It wants to connect these two and kind of make like an equilateral triangle. So I'm going to need to rotate it. Instead of facing this way, moving out here and drawing it, it needs to be halfway in between. So I need to rotate it again, offset it by a half. So I'm going to take this rotate Z, I'm going to duplicate just that one line of code, and I could add another operator to rotate it by half of this, so 360 divided by arms divided by 2, but I can just take half of 360 and just keep it more simple. So half of 360 is 180. So push position, I changed that. Pop position, let's see if I work, if I changed enough. All right, so there's my one set of crossbars. I might want to add some more. Those look a little heavy, so I think I'm going to make these crossbars a little thinner. I think I'm going to make them 1 millimeter in length and 1 millimeter in height. Let's see how that looks. Oh, that looks a little more delicate. It looks a little bit more like a spider web with the light one. So I'd probably put another one inside of this and maybe one on the outside as well. And yeah, or I could add even more out here. I could do it inside of this second bar right here. So I could move 10, draw a cuboid, I could move it again. So let's see if I can do that. I can draw another one. Let's see, move. Maybe I want one a little bit farther out. So if I move out 15, because this is 20, so it'd be way out here. And then another cuboid. Oh, I think that's too far. Oh, because I've already moved 10, and so I only need to move another 5. And okay, so now they need to be a little bit longer because they're not quite connected, so maybe 15. Oh yeah, that's looking pretty good. Okay. Okay, one more thing, and I'll play around with it a little bit more, but there's one more thing I need to note. If I look at this from the XY plane, I can see that because I made those crossbars smaller, that they're not flush with the bottom, and those are going to cause a bunch of bridging when I try to print it. So I could make the height the same, but I like the way it looks. So what I need to do is I need to move the beetle down in the Z axis so that these crossbars are flush with the bottom. So when I print, I don't have any problems with the bridging or a poor print. So I've changed the crossbar height from 2, this is the Z direction, from 2 down to 1. So that's from the center, so I need to move the Z direction down half of that again because it's centered on it. So here it is, set the Z to half of 1 millimeter in the negative direction. Okay, let's see. Okay, now look, now I've moved those crossbars and they look flush with the bottom. So that's better. Now to add the loop. I like to make my tube, and I'll probably just put it on the end here because I know this is Probably this one right here. I know I can just go out 20 millimeters and put my tube out there. So I've already done all the code for that down here. Done a little bit more trickiness here, but there's my 3 ones and there's my loop. This right here, these 5 blocks, again I used my push position. I went to the spot on the x-axis. This is out 20 plus a little bit. And I moved it down because my tube is only 1.8 millimeters, so that's a 2.2 millimeters difference, so I needed to move down in the Z direction. I rotated by 90 so that my tube would be facing up, and I liked my outer dimensions of 3.5 and my inner dimensions of 2.5. This would put a tube on the crossbar right here if you wanted a tube there, if you wanted to hang it from a different direction. I don't know, I think I like it that other way. And so there you go. I have shared my spiderweb project so you can look at my code. I hope you try this and add your own flair to the project. Bye.